Hello, everyone. This is Monsef Afker, and thank you so much for joining us in this new call of Your Divine Uniqueness. So, as always, happy to connect with you live or with those of you who will be listening or watching the replay. And also very excited that Rayania Chaenn is back on the show. I think most of you already know her. She's been joining us um, in every season for the last maybe year or so or two, and yeah, so always feel excited about our calls with her, because first I really love the energy that she embodies. It's so we feel there is a lot of joy, there is fun in the call, and at the same time, the messages that she brings, her own and the ones channeled, they are very powerful, very inspiring, and they help us to really change our perspective about what's going on collectively and personally, how we are affected by the energies that we are experiencing collectively, and also to remember our true self, our true power, and also expressing that in our life with more grace and ease. Because many times when we call in more of our gifts, it can be a little challenging when we are not used to that, because we need to let go of old paradigms, old beliefs, and embrace new way of being and creating. So yeah, very excited that she's back. And for those of you who are new to her, she is an intuitive channel, energy healer, and Galactic Retreat Host. And the subject today is You Are Your Purpose 2.0, embodying your unique soul expression with Sophia Christ. So yeah, so she will be discussing um, like how can we find or live our purpose during this time, and also what does it mean to follow our joy, our bliss, and how it can help us to live our purpose, live our mission, and share our soul gifts. And so also we'll be talking about letting go of our old beliefs, old ways of creating, and also embracing the new energy of new earth consciousness, and also about open contact and how it can affect our soul gifts. So it will be very exciting call and very powerful. And yeah, so also as always, we'll have a Q&A where you can ask Rayania your questions. So if you are on Zoom, you can raise your hand by pressing react or reaction, then raise hand to talk to Rayania. And if you are on the phone, you can press *9. And also you can type your questions on the chat boxes on Zoom and on YouTube. And yeah, so with that, Rayania, welcome back to the show. Happy to have you with us. You are muted.
I was that. Oh, so let me just take a breath with everyone. It has been very intense. So just let's all, whether you're live or you're watching the replay, I invite you to just take a deep breath back to your heart. And I am super excited leading up to this call. I'm always very happy to come to speak with Monsef because I love this space that she created. And I know she has been devoted, I mean, you have been devoted so many years. And yeah, I just feel like it has been such an intense time. So my intention for our call creation, co-creation today with everyone live and on the replay is that you will be take away you'll be taking away what inspired you for your current situation and hopefully for your next step as well. And I hope you will be able to experience the love that truly is you and also around you, and so that you are able to really um, be ignited that joy and courage in walking forward, because it is, freaking intense. I don't think intense can describe what we are going through, everyone and collectively. So yeah, thank you, Monse.
Wonderful. So yeah, it's very interesting times. Yeah, exciting, but at the same time, it can be challenging. But yeah, let's start in the beginning by if you can give us a short introduction about yourself and your work.
Yeah, thank you for asking that. Yeah, so I I am well, so actually I was just talking to a potential landlord for my next short-term place here in south of Portugal that I have been working through corporate world in technology and you know from a girl that was born into Taiwan and that was conditioned, as like naturally as someone who just needs to be quiet, pleasant, pretty, study hard, going to the best university, which is pretty universal, I would imagine. And so I was in a very young age, was conditioned somehow to disconnect from my connection and just sort of shut down. So I don't even remember how I was feeling because I was not allowed to express my emotions. And and I feel being a sensitive growing up without knowing myself, who I was, and just trying to work very hard to meet the boxes of the society and my culture, make my family proud. Um, I went through like highly mental and intellect focused career. And when I had my awakening, I remember I was suffering through very strong anxiety during my really well-paid high-tech job. And I didn't know what else I could do. I just knew that I was here to do something different, but I didn't know. So I would fill up my day listening to channeling while doing the technology PowerPoint and I present the product for the data center, for the cloud, for the future. And so fast forward, I accidentally bump into channeling. I mean, I accidentally, because of my own anxiety, I went to a past life regression therapist. And that sort of started my journey of like, oh, wow, there's more to this life. Although I always know there's more to this life, I just decided, okay, I'm going to explore that, to help people to really look into the deep root cause of the suffering of the pattern. And and so yeah, through that process, I came across channeling by accident, of course. There's always an accident that prompts us forward through our soul and higher self. So I would say what also prompt me to talk about you are your purpose 2.0 is that we are in such a exquisite time, right? We have the access to hundreds, if not thousands of lifetime we could tap into, right? We could use past life regression, we could use Akashic record, we could just tune in, right? We can tune into our high soul self, we could tune into our oversoul and the quantum field. So we could tap into all these lifetimes. And at the same time, we are given this opportunity to transmute so much. I am sure everyone on the call can relate so much ancestral and familial and collective, and also your own soul imprint. So it's really, really intense. And I realize I realize that's what I am here to do, among all this trudging in the mud of healing ancestral, cultural, and so many fear and control mechanism that's existing. I just realized what I need to do, and my role here actually is to not to wanting to seek more outside, although we have that access to multiverse. But it is really to come back to apply all this information, spiritual information, and ancient wisdom that is arising within us and start to claim, like reclaim, I would say reclaim what it is that who we are and what we are here to do. So yeah, it sounds like a bit vague. So maybe once you could take, see what question you would love to explore.
Yeah, thank you very much for the introduction and sharing more details about your story because I feel this is very inspiring and it can help. It's like it inspires us or help us to understand the challenges that we are going through and how they can lead us to our soul gifts. So thank you for sharing that. And so yeah, you are talking about the current energies and the uh, the cosmic evolution we are um, we are part of as humanity, and also the subject is about our purpose. So how like this evolution that we are experiencing cosmically affects our remembrance of who we are and embracing our gifts.
Yeah, what a beautiful question. Thank you. Um, let's see how we should so what I feel what really wants to come through today is, to allow everyone who feels the resonance to tuning to this call to really start to allow this knowing to sink in that you are truly a very powerful soul that chose to come to earth this time, not to suffer, not to take on everyone else's, let's say, suffering. I feel what needs to be clarified or expanded is that, we are, no matter how hard we find our life is, because I feel like many of the light workers actually have been going through or will be going through very similar themes, right? This um, fear of rejection, abandonment. We can talk about all these basic, like, core wounds, um, and ostracized, and fear of being seen, desire to be seen, desire to be loved, but afraid to be loved, desire to be successful using our gifts, but also fear to be successful because of all the different lifetime imprints. And and you were asking about how this cosmic energy is supporting us to remember who we are. What has been happening is that because of a lot of like the star sea waves that have been coming in the last, I would say, almost 1 century. So a lot of them have been paving the way, whether it's in technology or in the practice introduction of Eastern philosophy to the West and all kinds of things, right? And then I would say last 20 years or 30 years, a lot of healing modality have been popping up, like just like that. Like all of a sudden you hear all kinds of healing modality, like EFT or coaching, right? NLP, um, Reiki, or the healing touch, and all kinds of modality have been showing up because the access of this transformation or dissolving of the imprint have become available for many of us. And so I feel at the same time, because of the earth Gaia herself as a earth consciousness, as a living being, that she's also going through her own evolution together together in collaboration with this galaxy, but also intergalactic alliances support. So we are really very blessed, you could say, from this perspective, to have been born into this time where we were given the access, if we choose, to dissolve a lot of imprint to not only for ourselves but for the many generations before and in the future. We also have been extended the invitation, actually, from many higher consciousness beings across this galaxy and different galaxies to establish contact. And so we see a lot of channeling book, a lot of people now opening to the gift of channeling, of talking to multiverse beings. And that is all within access. If you choose to go through that, that is available. And what we are, I feel what we are needing to um, like receive all these gifts in remembering is that it's not through the mind, because I feel like most of us, the majority of the population, have been trained to be very mental, and that is, there are gifts of being very intellectual, needing to learn a lot, needing to analyze, needing to see before we believe. But the invitation right now for the light workers really is about truly allow yourself to lean into the heart. And I know the heart center has been talked about a lot, like through different teachings, zero point or the multidimensional portal, to really allow the communication through our heart to guide us, and then to allow those knowing instead of just knowing in the head, but like the knowing sipping into our physical body and our practice in daily life, in remembering we do have access to different kinds of support. We can talk to, all kinds of extraterrestrial beings or ascended masters and archangels. And the important thing for me, I feel like the last few months, is to choose to courageously be authentic and willing and courageous in claiming who you are. I could just probably just maybe share a little bit about this, is that when I was young, I talk about I actually I was disconnected. I was always admiring people who are psychic, and then when we are on our spiritual journey, we will hear people who say, "Oh, since I was a child, I always see the angels, and then I have visitors, like, I can dance with fairies." And I was like, "Oh my God, that is so amazing! I wish I had the ability like that." And so moving forward throughout my own journey, I mean, I was just frenetic. I was frenetic in going to workshop, online courses and training, and just to really wanted to make myself okay, make myself good enough to be able to support people. And I went to like hundreds of channeling session, one-on-one, private session, like all kinds, I, like many of you, I have access to many spiritual teachers and healers. And I always got the same similar information that, oh, you were a priestess in Lemurian time, you were a priestess in Egypt, ancient Egypt, you are this, that, you are that, you are that. And then you are very intuitive, and you are a healer, you are a channeler. But all the time I was like, no, really? Me? Like, oh, but I wish I had the gift of someone else, right? I wish I could channel like someone else. I could heal someone else, like whoever other people I admire. And I feel I was holding myself back because I was in the process of suffering and dissolving this complex, this imprint of not enough and unworthy, and fear to be seen, fear to be powerful. And so yeah, so I feel what really prompted this topic is that I wish to bring through, for people who constantly feeling that you need more healing, which is understandably depending on where you are in your journey. But it is also important to really take embodied action and devotional practice in the daily life, because that holds the key to expand the gifts that we are so desiring to have. Yeah, it's right there. It's right here. It's right here. It's right behind that fear of I don't know, worthy or fear of powerful. So I will stop here. I think it's a long answer. I hope that answered your question, Moses.
Yeah, and I really love it. It's like what is holding us back from believing in our abilities, in our true power, is those beliefs that we are not worthy or we are not ready, or many other limiting beliefs. But in fact, like you said, it's already there. It's available for us. And yeah, also part of that you say is that we need, or maybe what can help us to embrace them, like those gifts, more fully, is to follow our bliss and joy. But how can we do that when we are in the midst of a challenge, or we feel strong resistance, or we are facing the unknown? So how can we follow our bliss during those times?
Yeah, yeah. So thank you for that question. I guess there are so many famous channelers and even books, like Joseph Campbell, like talk about following your bliss. And and we know that whatever that ignite our excitement and joy actually, or curiosity, um, or everything that allow us to go into the flow state actually is a expression of, like the signal, a transmission, communication from our higher self and from your soul essence. And remember, we are living in our soul essence, right? So whatever we feel like truly authentically excited about and then light lit up, that is that energy of soul, like really transmitting, like expanding out. So for people who can see the energy, or you just feel into that, like when we are when we see someone very magnetic and very joyful, it's usually when the energy just emitting from the heart, like because that person is really being in their own essence, that flow. And so it's like expensive, like expansion, that feeling. And then when we are working through the mind, our energy naturally contract. And so how do we, so we know we need to follow our joy and bliss, and we know it's true because we all had the experience of, wow, like learning how to do tarot reading is so fun, like, or I don't know, painting, and then horseback riding, talking with animals, just like so brings us so much joy. But we, as a human, understandably so, that we got so much, I would say, reality that we perceived in front of us, that, oh, I don't have time, I don't have the permission, or I don't have the resources. And so that is the moment when we are actually meant to, whether it's to the practice ourselves, or to seek support with people you resonate with, as facilitators, to really help you understand what is really going on, because we are that powerful, and whatever we perceive is our obstacle, is stressful, is becoming that stressful. And then when we feel that stress or impossibility, our field naturally shrinks, right? So when we know we need to spend more time meditating, or we need to spend time just journaling, but we cannot, because time has its quality these days, and then so many things, family, children, parents, and colleagues. So I feel the invitation, the calling right now is really to be honest with ourselves, like, what is this energetic pattern between us? What is this belief I have with my parent, with my child, with my partner, with money, with time, that is constricting me? So it's not, well, of course we could, look into different type of healing to see, oh, what is the root cause of the belief? But it's important to have the awareness first, like what is really bringing me so much stress, that I believe I cannot follow I cannot take 30 minutes to do something that truly is beneficial for me. Because remember that we were all, when we were born into this physical body, we were born into a matrix, and part of the matrix imprints, well, some of the matrix imprints are self-sacrificing. There's a frequency patterning of self-sacrificing. And besides that, there's imprisonment. So, we have different type of imprisonment imprint with different things, right? Such as time, such as money, such as relationship. I recently have a client that is a young lawyer, very bright in a huge organization, and she really wants to enter a loving relationship. And then when I ask her, like, what do you think is relationship? Like, what do you, what's your understanding or your experience of falling in love? And she said, oh, it's about, doing things to make them happy. And, I cannot be myself. And I need to do, I need to respond to their emotions to adjust myself. So she has a longer answer, but then when I was listening to her, like, this doesn't sound like falling in love. Doesn't sound like a loving, nurturing relationship. But it is true, like many of us have all this belief, in terms of relationship, and we feel like we need to shrink ourselves to make our partner feel better, and ask for permission because whatever reason. So yeah, so it's a long answer to your question.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I love it, and I agree with you because we see that in society that self-sacrifice it's respected and also expected, like in all kinds of relationships, whether romantic or friendship or family. It's all about we hear it a lot. It's love is sacrifice. It's like they are the same, but yeah. So as you were mentioning, like the energies right now and the evolution we are going through, it's like supporting us to embrace the or tap into the new earth consciousness so we can express love in a different way, different than like it's more from heart based than what we grew up in. So yeah, and so my question is because also part of the call is about tapping into the Sophia Christ consciousness. How do you compare that to the new earth consciousness, and is one like connected to the other or supporting the other?
Mm, yeah. That's well, I have to be transparent that, my understanding at this moment is not um fully, I would say. Well, so I can only share what my understanding is. And at this moment, my understanding of Sophia Christus or Sophia Christ consciousness. Okay, let's say Sophia Christ Collective. It's like a band of a band of many higher consciousness beings. So from my understanding, is that ascended master, many ascended master, or actually all the ascended master, whether it's Yeshua, Mary Magdalene, Buddha, Melchizedek, and Green Tara, White Tara, who else? Like Kuan Yin, like many others. They are under this Sophia Christ consciousness as a frequency, as a band of frequency of energy. And they are, because they are the representation, or they are the manifestation of the principle of the unity consciousness. They are the principle of that divine union. And so it's like a huge band. It's almost like when we talk about universal love, right? Universal love. What is universal love? It's actually beyond the human feeling emotions of love. It's it's like the fabric of how the universe born into existence, is birthed into existence. So that's how Sophia Christ consciousness for me, it's this unconditional love, is divine union, is this unity consciousness. So it encompasses a huge band of beings, of not only ascended masters, but also my understanding is archangels and angelic realms and intergalactic beings and multiverses. And of course, many, are familiar with different high councils, councils of light, because when they are in the higher frequency, they operate under the unity consciousness. So it's more than just a religious, Yeshua and Mary Magdalene. So it's so much broader. And I sort of forgot your question, but I remember it's about Sophia. Can you repeat the question?
Yeah, but was I love like your description about it, because I think many times we can confuse what it is. But yeah, so the question, it was like, how does it connect to New Earth consciousness?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I feel like what I can feel into the current energy is that because it's so tough, it's like so difficult. Many people just like, oh, I cannot even survive. I'm in surviving mode. How can I care about New Earth, right? But and then I feel like I wanted to preface that because I feel often, like earlier on, I also have the idea of like New Earth is there, like somewhere in the future. Maybe, some people would say, oh, it's like a theory of split Earth, and the New Earth is on that part of the Earth, and that we are here. And then my understanding is that we are all of us here watching the replay, even in the future. And also there are waves of people awakening right now. Many of them coming into the spiritual awakening are all people, the foundational force of creating this new earth. When we say creating this new earth, it's that it's really bringing that frequency and consciousness. Okay, I think it's the consciousness of new earth consciousness is that compassion, that divine love, that equality. Like we could also use the word to say it's 5D consciousness, it's 6D consciousness, 7D consciousness. It's that it's the energetic state when we are all able to communicate telepathically. We don't, like, the language will still exist, but we will be telepathically communicating and sensing each other so clearly that there's no place to lie or manipulate, right? And it's also, I feel it's the state of that we truly remember who we are as a God consciousness, as a universe source consciousness. We are that eternal being living in this human body. So it's actually and then based on that frequency that we are able to awakening to tap into, we create system based on that, right? So we will create system that is benefiting all living beings. There's no need to hoard any resources because resources are there. When it's almost like when that state of when we remember who we really are, we know we are naturally supported and we are able to have the anything we need in order to be the full actualization of our highest source blueprint. And so I feel that connection with Sophia Christus consciousness is that unity consciousness. And so I don't know if I'm losing some people along the way, but help me. Yeah, like feel free to ask question like how we could weave this in. Um, but I do want to mention that when I talk about many of us, that all of us on this call and the people that are awakening or to be awakening, it is really about when we are tapping into or working with or tapping into that unity consciousness, through this process, however way we are doing, and implement those principles in our daily life. That's when we create magic. That's when we tap into infinite potential. And that is, yeah, that is when we are actually creating the foundation of new earth. It's not like brick by brick, because it's very dynamic, right? But it's almost like, for example, when Monsef, maybe I use myself as an example. When I am finally having a breakthrough of, I'm done with needing to seek external approval. When I work through so many, layers and layers of, like, I need external approval in order to feel okay. When I'm done working, like looping in this imprint, I am opening up the pathway for myself to allow more of my I am presence or source consciousness to pop into my, presence in my daily life. And I'm also supporting in the quantum field a lot of people to be able to make it easier to do the same. And because many other have done the same, they opened the pathway for me to, to really be able to let go of this imprint and this looping mechanism. So so I feel Sophia Christ consciousness is like the guiding principle, if you will. Mm. I
Yeah,
think
yeah, beautiful. Yeah, I really love your answer, and yeah, like you mentioned, it's the more we let go of that looping, so we embody more of the unity consciousness or Sophia Christ. We tap into that consciousness more, and maybe we don't feel it um, like physically right away, but with time, we start recognizing the way we react to certain experiences, the way we make decisions, how we feel. At some point in our journey, we start feeling that we changed, um, and yeah, we feel like more grounded, more heart, like our decisions comes from more from our heart. And yeah, so also, so from my understanding, that the more we embody the unity consciousness, the more we are maybe becoming more prepared for open contact. And it's like is it supporting that? Because also it's like if open contact happens right away, it can be maybe very shocking, very challenging to the nervous system for many of us. So how do you see that? What is your perspective about that?
yeah. First of all, I wanted to say I love your response to that. Like over time, you feel different, and I just wanted to, before I enter the open contact, I wanted to just, you know, like, because people will say, oh, I cannot pay my rent. I have trouble. I mean, I'm worried about my children's safety. And how can I care about what unity consciousness, right? Because it's just like, I need to survive my own life. Who cares about unity? Because I don't have bandwidth. But what I wanted to say is that yes, that is very, beautiful term. But what, like Monsef you just mentioned, like it is really about having the courage and the awareness to choose to liberate yourself, to free yourself from what has been siphoning your energy, your bandwidth. And then once, even though, we don't even need to know what we are doing is actually contributing to new earth or unity consciousness, but what is most practical is that, do I feel better? Do I wake up feeling lighter? Do I next time when I make this decision to not go out with this person or not, or say or respond differently, do I feel better about myself, within myself? Do I feel that I'm more grounded and centered, like Monsef just mentioned, right? Because what we are doing right now, all the healing work and all this whatever practice we're doing is about allowing our light to expand in our physical body and our energy field. And we will know, like the intention, you could just say, okay, I just wanted to really remember who I am. Because like coming back to what we were talking about, why it is important to remember who I am. And then, but I remember, okay, I was a priestess, I was a, like healer, a medicine man, I was a king or queen, or I was like a teacher in different lifetime. It's more than that. It's more than about remembering different lifetime, the achievement, but it's also about recognizing that we have different reincarnation experience in the light, in the dark. It's like to acknowledge that, okay, I know what it's like to be light. I also acknowledge what it's like to be dark. For example, suffering through a lot of fear and confusion. And now I do whatever practice or healing modality, and I choose to respond differently in my life. So, for example, someone is struggling with money or health, let's say money. It is about truly, it's not about spiritual bypassing, say, oh, I know money will come whenever I need it. But it's really about working with, like, tuning in to who you are as a God source or universe consciousness, right? You are beyond that priestess in Lemurian time. You are beyond Atlantis, although it's important to do the healing, but you are much bigger than the incarnation in Andromedan, in Lemurian, in Egypt. Like, you are bigger because you are really that band of source light, choosing specifically into a special, unique frequency into this human body. And yeah, and yes, I was deciding whether to go into the body that we chose, but I get a no. So talking about open contact, and what does open contact have to do with remembering who we are? Basically, so we are talking about remembering who we are. It goes beyond our identification of a character in different lifetime. What is important is really to acknowledge, okay, I need to call back all the energy and fragmentation from different lifetime. I receive the healing, I receive the gifts, but knowing that I'm bigger than this character. And it's purposeful. Monsef chose Monsef in your family lineage and your looks and your voice and your educational system. I chose this avatar for a reason, for many reasons. So it's not to overly identify with me as this personality and say, okay, this is just how I am, and I can, I don't know. It's really about going beyond and tapping into that, what we were talking about earlier, that universal love, that fabrics of that creates the universe. Because each and every one here is also that frequency, that universe, that you are that intelligence, that universe comes into existence. So we are that powerful. We are that intelligence birth through this immense, universe. We know right now there are 2 billion galaxies. Maybe we'll find out more. So we are that powerful. And so how do we really allow ourselves to that knowing and to tap into that frequency of and choose to whatever practice we do in our daily life to bring that into our human life and know that whatever challenge we are confronted with is not to punish us or not to stress us out, but to truly to squeeze out and any belief and imprint that is not in alignment to our true essence. And our true essence is love. And it's not the romantic love. It's not the love that, I feel like the remembering who we are is really to have visceral experience, to know that we are that love that creates the universe, creates itself. We are the love that choose to, born into the light that born into a human body, and a parent, a mom and a dad, and all the baggage of the history, ancestral, the humanity and history, because you have that much love for the earth, you have that much love for humanity, and that's why you came. And I feel once we are able, allowed to create space to really understand that, to feel that in our body, and then to remember the beings we are speaking to, extraterrestrial, whether they are Palladian, they are, I don't know, gray, white, blue, pink, I don't know, rainbows, they are all the same frequency that universe birth itself, and they are the frequency of love. So when we are preparing for, the ultimate purpose for us is to remember how powerful we are, but it's not just to show off, but the power that we have even to create the obstacle for ourselves, so that we can remember and to know that love, that compassion that our soul manifest into this physical human body is also through a lot of love and compassion, because you were born the way you are out of pure love of the universe. And so that is what I feel, I hope I could do a good, proper job of saying that. How do we prepare for open contact? It's like, it's the same. It's how I prepare to meet Monsef. Monsef is a loving human being, open heart. So I open my heart. I say, hello, Monsef. I would love to know you better. And that is the same as open contact. I mean, of course, right now, if someone show up, like, okay, if a rainbow being show up, I probably will, but I don't know how I will react. But I know I have visceral experience when I was in Sedona, that I can feel the love that we are emitting out, and the love they are emitting out through heart to heart. That is what we are doing. And in order to prepare for open contact, we need to do that in our own human life. Like, how do I prepare myself to meet Monsef? Just like get excited, right? How do I prepare myself to know someone new? Get excited and then just say, okay, I'm gonna be myself, open-hearted. I follow my heart. I just allow my energy to come back. I don't need to seek Monsef's approval. I don't need to perform. I don't need to pretend, because when I am just my heart, and if it doesn't resonate, it doesn't resonate. Right? So I feel it's just so, it sounds very basic, but I feel that's what New Earth is about. New Earth is not about complicated. Like, oh, you need to do this, you need to do that, you need to do 365 times of sun salutation. It's really about coming back to your heart and truly choose to be authentic and let go of all the shit and the baggage and the false pretension, and just heart to heart. And that's how we create magic in life as well. I have many examples I could share, but I don't think we have enough time, and that's not the topic for today. But yeah, I just wanted to. I hope this answers your question, Monsaf.
Yeah, absolutely. It does. I really love it, and I love that how you see that, your perspective, because many times we overcomplicate things, especially for the things that are not yet physical. Um, we Most of the time we think like we try to make it like complex, complicated, uh, in because this way unconsciously we believe that if something is complex, then it's important, and if it's simple, then it's not, and we have that limiting belief. So I really love your answer. Um, yeah, and also we have questions from the audience. We will start taking them in a couple of minutes. And before that, I would love if you can tell us talk about the program you are offering. So there is the upcoming 4-week temple space, which is happening between June 18 and July 9, and there will be replays as well. And also there is a 50-minute one-on-one soul embodiment private session. And I invite everyone to follow with us on the page yourdivineuniqueness.com/Rayania, yourdivineuniqueness.com/Rayania, Rayania. Or you can click on the special offer button, which is on the live events page, later on the replay page. The link also on YouTube video description, and I will put it on the chat boxes on Zoom and on YouTube. Yeah, so that's Ryan. So yeah, I would love if you can tell us about this program.
Yeah, okay. I don't have the layout in front of me, but what I wanted to share about this 4 weeks program and how it come about is that I know that many like people here are intelligent. Like we know everything about spirituality already. Like we know, we need to meditate. We know we need to be heart centered. We know we need to, like we know we need to a lot of things. But what is really challenging is that, okay, after I feel high, I feel good after the show. I mean, I feel good during the show, or interview or online course and a gathering. And then afterwards, I go back to my life. And then my energy started to drip like ding, and things happen, right? People come talk to you, you realize you have this issue, you have this challenge, and then we sort of like shrink and constrict it. And not to underestimate the solar flare, all kinds of cosmic and astrological movement that is really pressuring us into authentic or being who we really are. And it's normal, it's common, and I have compassion because I am human too. Our programs and our imprints are naturally to resist change, even though we know it's better. Like what everything we want, like we know the reality, current reality is nice, but I want something better. I want, like maybe my vision and why I wanted to know my gift. I wanted to serve people. I wanted to really be fulfilling and then, living in an abundant life and healthy body. But then it is during the day to day that we really struggles. So what came to me when I was tuning in is like to with Sophia Christ Collective actually a few weeks before our talk was about radical self-love. And when we talk about radical self-love, it's more than just okay, like nurture our body, go to massage and manicure or eat nice food. It's deeper than that. It's really about tuning in to what is really holding us back. Like, what is the biggest fear? What is the fear that is still looping in your head, in your daily life, that you are not able to get out of? What is really stopping you from being you? Like, so many people I know wanted to be seen, but afraid to be seen, or feel ashamed to be seen and feel not okay to be seen. So, for example, right, we're talking about all kinds of different things that is stopping you from being you. So in this 4 weeks layout, we are actually week by week, we'll be gathering and then we'll bring through Sophia Christ Collective, tuning to everyone's energy based on what is needed. So the field will meet you where you are. And then we will be bring through the teachings from Sophia Christ Collective and help you really dissolve and letting go with practical, because I am known for practical and I love to be known for practical. I don't to be like, in the cloud. I need practical things to live my life because I like good things. I like good life. So I need to be, I love practical practices and ideas and channeling. So the idea is to really week by week dissolve the fear program and then really support each individual to see what is holding you back. And then we will also have 1 week that is tap into everyone's, depending on, you could share your intention, and then we will help each individual to tap into, to really get a feel of what is your unique frequency, what is it here that you are here to do and to be. And then we will also support you to truly feel safe. So we'll be playing with different prescription, I would say, because I love all kinds of things. I like to dabble with, EFT, Bach flower, and I don't know, human design, gene keys. And so we will bring through different elements depending on the group that is going to form or the souls that feels the energy. And then I believe the last week is to really allow to support everyone to work with the voice. So the voice does not have to do with singing. It's really about expressing, about expression, right? It could be quiet. You could be saying nothing, but you are able to free your voice by being in that present, silent presence. So that's what we are here to do. Like, we are going to bring through the channeling, individualized support, and what else? Yeah, activation and healing depends on each curriculum, and definitely practical things for you to play with in your daily life in between the weeks. So it's going to be very powerful and practical, and you are welcome to, quantum leap, if you will. We are working with the intention of each individual, and we are working with the field. So, and with your oversoul, everyone's oversoul, and higher soul self, and you're a team of guides. So, yeah. Any more questions?
Thank you very much. First for the program, and yeah, I love how you like the different subjects or topics that you will be addressing, because each one of them is very important into that transformative path we are walking into, to embody more of the unity consciousness, tap into the new earth consciousness, and also the Sophia Christ collective. And also I love that you mentioned that you also will support to feel safe in our true power, in our true gifts, because this is something, maybe it can be challenging, because like you said, maybe there is fear of being seen or being maybe accepted. We don't know if we will be accepted or rejected by others, and it's like there is still that self-sacrifice limiting belief running. But yeah, so thank you for the support you are offering to our audience, and also for the one-on-one session for those who want to work more on, like, more deeply on a personal level in a private space. So thank you very much, Rania.
Yeah, sure, sure. I just wanted to mention that about the one-on-one. I feel that we'll be bringing through whatever is the highest for each individual in the one-on-one for the channeling. But the intention is really to help you. It depends on, of course, individual's intention, but will help you tap into what's your next step, help you get clear of what is going on and where do you like to move and what is stopping you, or we will open the pathway for you if that's what you choose. Yeah, if that's what you desire as well. So,
Yeah, beautiful. Thank you very much again, and everyone. Again, I invite you to sign up for one of these two packages on the page yourdivineuniqueness.com/Rayania, yourdivineuniqueness.com/Rayania, RAYANIA. Or you can click on the special offer button, which is on the live events page, later on the replay page, the link also on YouTube video description, and the chat boxes on Zoom and on YouTube. So, Rayania, can we take questions from the audience?
yeah, sure. Will do.
right, let's start. Tina, can you please unmute yourself?
Hello.
Hi, Tina.
Hello.
Well, I was just sort of having a meltdown because of stuff with my kids, and now all of a sudden I'm just not sure what to ask. Whew, I know that I have something special to bring. I don't think it's been here, like it's even on this planet yet, and I'm trying to figure out how do I get the tools to figure it out? Like I'm doing little by little, but I think my heart's just hurting, and my heart's making it really hard to step into anything. And I keep on doing the unworthiness. I've done all that kind of stuff, but I'm just, I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah.
Right now, my heart's just really breaking because of
Breaking.
my daughter. Yeah, because my daughter.
Oh.
Because I want I haven't seen her. I haven't met my grandson yet, and he's been here for 4 months, and I don't know. Sometimes I'm too sensitive for her to be able to handle being around me, I think. She's finding her own path, and I know that. So I'm trying not to take it personal, but I kind of am.
Hmm. So what would be your question? How can
My
I?
question, I know, I didn't mean to get into all that story. My question would be, what would be the the biggest thing that you can see that might be holding me back from stepping into what it is that I'm here to create?
Yes, I see that you are very galactic, but I feel like the Divine Mother is coming through. It's like I feel what you can do right now actually is to. I know you have done a lot of unworthiness things, as you said, the healing and everything, but actually, what would be very supportive for you is to create space to have very honest and loving conversation with yourself. That how much do you love yourself, right? Because that connection with your daughter is a reflection, not as a judgment, but not like, saying you're not doing well, but it's like that is a reflection because you have been,
Part of myself, yeah.
yeah, you have been like tiptoeing yourself, like, I don't know, ship shifting, or you were not able to be yourself. And I feel that is your lifelong pattern as well. So,
Yes.
so I feel in your privacy that you could have a conversation actually with yourself. Like I would with your little girl, like inner child. Actually, I feel
Hmm.
that she's very hurt. She's still hurt, and we know that we do a lot of inner child healing work, but the human is complex, right? So it's not like, okay, I do one healing, I do two healing, you should be better now. So I feel there's still a part of you that is very hurt from being rejected when you were very young, and that pattern sort of extrapolate to the connection with your daughter and also with some of your friends and family.
It's been
So
my whole life. Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So I feel like, with the support of the cosmic energy, that this time right now and leading up to this solstice portal window as well, it's a very powerful time to really sit down, like cultivate time every day with your inner child. You can even write her a letter, doing different things every day. Write her a letter, and the other day maybe dance with her or just have a conversation with her. Like, what does she really need? And you could do that by yourself, or you could do that with facilitators, and truly allow yourself also to speak with yourself. Like, there's a part of you that is very scared of what you are going to bring through, because you know that what you're bringing through is not existent in the earth plan. And that actually creates some fear and resistance for the mind. So sort of like your human self, some of your personality was like, oh, I don't know what that is. I don't know if I am able to do it. So it's almost like you are stopping yourself from just freely exploring. So how does this resonate?
It resonates 200%. It's like the conversation I just had with my mother. I just was telling her to hug her higher self and do all this stuff, which was really for me. And I was telling her that about being scared, like everything you just said is exactly what I just shared was my mom. And as you were talking, my daughter was calling me. So,
Yeah.
I mean, I think I know this. I think I just needed it. Instead of me telling others, I need to bring it back onto me because I'm just finding me for the first time after 62 years of being here. So thank you so much. Thank
Yeah.
you for validating
Yeah. Keep
and
going.
the love. I feel it. Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah. You're welcome, Tina. Much love.
Thank you,
Much love.
Tina. Much love. And thank you, Rania, for the guidance. And we have a question from Renee. Do past life skills, gifts, carry through into each lifetime in the same manner or talent? If so, is that a limited mind-based concept, or does the repetition in each lifetime enables more expansion spiritually? Thank you.
Beautiful question. I would, my understanding is the gifts that we bring through each lifetime is we sort of, like you were saying that, like expand it, right? So this lifetime, maybe one of the lifetime you were really devoted to nourish, train, or develop your ability with energy healing, and you were very diligent and have different masters that you work with to refine your ability, and then so you will carry that ability to different lifetime, but it may be a different story, different continent, different background, but you will contribute to different aspect of that energy healing, so to speak. So in this lifetime, yes, some people could, it depends on the blueprint as well, because we all have different way of awakening to our soul gifts. And so in this lifetime, you could tap into the gifts of certain lifetime. Because, imagine if we have 10,000 lifetime, we cannot bring all the gifts from 10,000 lifetime. But your soul, your higher self, choose very deliberately what gifts you are going to collect or reactivate in this lifetime. So when you do past life regression, for example, or Akashic record retrieval, that you will be tapping to different lifetime that has direct connection to what you are here to, how you are here to express in this lifetime. I hope that answers the question.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you very much, Rania. And thank you, Renee, for your questions. We would love to hear your feedback. You can type it on the chat. And we have Tatiana. Can you please unmute yourself?
Yes, yes. Hello.
Hi, Tatiana.
Hello.
Hello, Rayania. Hello, Monsef. So my question is similar, actually. I mean, I'm like you, did a lot of healing, studied all different stuff and different stuff. I was in Reiki and this and that and that. And in a way, I feel like connected, but I think I want to be connected more. And as you said, I have work and this and that, and you not always come from work, in the right frame of mind to kind of sit and meditate, or I will be too tired and I will fall asleep. And what do you think is kind of the best practice would be to, because I'm very often in my head, and I understand the dropping your heart and saying, but not always easy to just drop in your heart, And what would be the kind of the best practice to do? I know meditation and stuff. Journaling, I'm not very good at journaling. I tried, it doesn't work with me. I don't know why. But
Yeah.
how I can calm my mind so I can hear rather than talk in my head.
Yeah. Do you like gardening, like flowering?
Oh, yes, that's my job now, my new job.
Yeah, great. Because that's what first came through is that your guys actually are very happy that you got the job. Of course, it's like your soul is guiding you to do that. So allow your hand to really commune with the soil, the plants, however you enjoy. And that is your practice. Really allow your mind to just drop into your hands, the sensation of, touching the soil, the plants, the leaves, the flower, whatever other things you do, and really feel yourself grounding through your feet into the crystalline core of the earth.
Mm-hmm.
And that is the same. That is like really coming back to your body, to your hands. And our hands have the meridian goes way to our
Yeah.
heart. So that is, if you couldn't journal, fine. Just like do gardening or play with the soil, the flowers, talk with the flowers. And I feel it would be good also for you to do movement. Whether are you doing any movement like walking,
I
yoga?
do, yeah, I walk a lot and I do yoga. I
Yeah,
know I used to go to the woods every day, but
yeah,
now I don't because I moved. And being in the woods was so beneficial for me. And now, yeah, I can still walk in a park, and walk on barefoot on the grass, but I don't do it as often as I used to do
yeah.
walking in the woods.
Yeah, yeah. I feel like your body, like you feel
Mm,
like your body is like longing for that nourishment from the wood,
mm,
like almost like the smell, the
yeah,
energy. Wow, I can get goosebumps now. So it's like the more if you could make time for yourself and
mm,
know that just get excited. Oh, how can I make time to go to the woods and just be there? And I feel like you are able to communicate with fairies, or like you can feel into fairies, right?
yes.
Yeah.
I
Okay,
think so.
great. So they are calling you like, hey, come play with us. Like, so really allow yourself to do more of that to nourish you, and then you are
Mm,
able. So it's almost like also they like spending time in the woods or like gardening. Really, when you garden, instead of thinking, I need to do next, but like really be present, and
mm,
that is your best meditation practice. Just be present with your hand, the soil, and it feels like you're uh, mm, uh, hydration. I feel like your body is also asking for
okay.
better hydration. Does that resonate?
Yeah.
Yeah, like electrolyte. Um,
Okay. No,
yeah,
I just, yeah.
help calm your nervous system as well. Hmm.
Yeah, I know.
Feel
Thank
better.
you. You for
Yeah,
reminding me about hydration. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Your body is like, I need water. I need one.
Yeah, I just drink too much coffee and it takes water out, and then I need to drink more. Thank you. I just forget sometimes.
Yeah, I think I heard, I don't practice that myself, but I heard like every cup of coffee you drink, you need to drink
Mm,
5 cups of water.
that
So,
would be a good idea.
or electrolyte, right? Coconut water,
Mhm.
bell, spirulina.
Mm,
Just like really allow yourself to nurture your body. Mm. Your body
yes,
is
thank
very
you.
different if you are able to incorporate this into your life.
Thank you so much, Rania. Thank you. Thank you, Mansaf. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you, Tatiana. Much love. And thank you, Rania, for the guidance. Um, let's see, we have a feedback from Renee. Thank you. Yes, helps to note that the past lives that arise are directly related to this lifetime. And let's see. We have a feedback and question from Joy. Thank you for everything you shared today. It really resonates with what I am feeling. And the question, yes, here it is. Rania, may I have some insights? What quality of my soul would be more supportive for me in this lifetime? Thank you.
Who is asking?
Joy.
Joy. Can I have more information about Joy? Like where are you or
Yeah. Yeah, Joy, you can either type it on the chat in Canada.
yeah. Yeah. Well, I think because of your name, I just feel like you are here to like it feels like you have been working very hard to bring joy to others. Like it's almost like I can see, I sense, I don't know how this resonates. Like you are such a a source of joy for others. If not, it's almost like you're always trying to make people feel better, and then your energy is always outgoing. And I know this is not what you're asking, but it feels like this is time for you to really bring that inward back to yourself, like all this joy and love and compassion back to yourself, and really prioritize yourself. I feel your soul quality. I feel like you are very, I keep seeing like the field, like sunflowers and sunshine, and a very, very happy and joyful little girl. I don't know if that's how you actually lived in this human experience, but like your nature as a human is very, very innocent and have beautiful, beautiful way of seeing life. And you are here to bring that to people around you. Your special, unique way of seeing life. Very optimistic, very hopeful, very light. It almost got me very emotional. It's just so beautiful. You are, I don't know if you, where you are in your work or your spiritual journey, but I do certainly hope you trust yourself and be confident in sharing your love and your unique gift, your unique perspective with the world, because the world needs that. The people around you needs that. But not doing that out of self-sacrificing, as we were talking about earlier, but truly do that because you just couldn't help overflow that joy and that beautiful perspective out of you. So nourish yourself first. Hope that resonates. Hope that helped.
Beautiful. Thank you so much, Rania. And Joy, she wrote when you mentioned she loves to bring joy to others. She wrote, yes, I love to do this. And then, wow, thank you very much. Deeply grateful and moved. Beautiful. So we have 10 minutes left. Would you like to do maybe group clearing, or we continue with the questions?
Maybe we will do a channeling. Does
Okay.
that? Okay, well,
Yes.
yeah, like a channeling. I think the channeling will bring through the
Yeah.
clearing for people as well. Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you.
So I'll just invite everyone to, whenever you are available, not when you are driving, just allow yourself to gently bring your awareness back to your heart. Breathe into your heart and breathe out from your heart. And I would actually invite you to do open mouth. Like, I don't know if that transmits through the microphone. Like, allow yourself to breathe in through your mouth, breathe out from your mouth. Like, and when you breathe into your heart, and when you breathe out, you can feel and sense and experiencing that you are like opening your heart, like blowing everything that is blocking your heart, front, back, side to side, open. So we are setting the intention to allow the highest frequency to flow through to support everyone, even with your whatever question you have in your mind. Allow this channeling to support each and every one of you, exactly what you need to hear, how you need to experience. Allow yourself to open your heart to receive. Or if you don't have any question, just simply become present and curious of how the frequency that the channeling is coming through. How does that feel in your body, in your heart, in your hands, in your feet? Yeah, so I'm going to just bring through only allow what is for the highest good for the group. So we're going to bring through a light language clearing, and know that you don't need to know what it means. So the light language actually also will be part of the transmission from Sophia, Christ, and Divine and Cosmic Mother. Ikia kea sesi keke kua kia o kia CCC. Our beloved, we welcome you to be present in this space. We are showering you, sending you down all the diamond plasma, the diamond flow of the energy to help you clear, cleanse, and purify all the energy that has energy and emotion that is not yours. So we need your permission to say yes. You give permission to release and dissolve and let go energy and emotion that is not yours. Let go of the package that is not yours to carry. Ukia kekea sa ikikia suku a ikiki uku a ukukuku ka isi ikia seseki. It has been a very challenging time. It's a difficult time, very confusing. However, it offers each and every moment offers plenty of the opportunity for you to return to your 0 point, to your heart space. And as you are aware that there is more than one way to return to your heart space, there is ways of meditation, there's ways of journaling, dancing, moving your body through energy, qigong or yoga, or you could simply walk by the sea, in the woods. You could have a shower and command the shower to activate into its highest frequency to clear, cleanse, purify you and bring you back to your body. So what we are inviting you in this time, in the context of remembering who you are, is truly to allow yourself to open to the possibility whatever you are struggling or you are finding stressful about, whether it's a relationship with a loved one, it's a resources, or it's the future. We are inviting you to truly allow that to be the invitation. Just get curious about this invitation. How is this going to expand me into knowing myself better as a creator consciousness? You are that much bigger than just a personality and the conditioning. So whenever you are able to do through different kinds of venue of practice to bring yourself into a relaxed state, back to your heart, back to this peaceful being, then get curious how is this challenging is opening me up to. Is it opening me up to the new way of expression? Is it opening up to the new way of using my ability as an alchemist, as a magician, as a priestess, as a medicine man or woman? How am I able to see what I didn't see before? So as you are aware that we are not asking you to aim for creating the new earth, because the new earth is creating within you each moment by each moment. The new earth is created within you, through you, out to the field whenever you overcome a fear or a limitation that you used to struggle or suffer through. So leading up to the solstice is a beautiful, very energetic, powerful time. We invite you to allocate time, prioritize yourself to whether to journal or do whatever ceremony to allow yourself to come into that peaceful state and to decide and to choose and to know whatever choice you made is incremental to this unity consciousness is incremental to the evolution of this ascension. The ascension is not your contribution to ascension does not happen only when you become a healer or an artist or a successful entrepreneur. Your contribution to the ascension and this consciousness evolution happens when you bring yourself out of the fear, when you bring yourself out of the struggling of the illusion, when you bring yourself out of the pain of separation, and when you allow yourself to dissolve one pattern, you are contributing. That is when you are fulfilling. That is when you are becoming more of you. So never underestimate all the decisions you make on a daily basis. You are what the earth is waiting for. It's actually beyond the earth. You are what the universe or galaxy is waiting for to show up as your true self, as you reclaim fragmentation after fragmentation and truly devoted to the full embodiment of your true essence. You are, whether you do you become a healer, you open a business, or whether you do a job or not, it matters not, because it's in your being that you are serving the collective. It is in your being. It's in your being and you're remembering and you're becoming you that you are fulfilling your purpose and your soul mission. So we know we are sort of mingling these two words together right now because of the time constraint, the linear time constraint, but we wanted to leave you this and know that you are always surrounded by much support. So when you are willing to choose to open to the new possibility, you will see, and never think you need to figure everything out by yourself. This is the time of collaboration. This is the time of true connection. So allow yourself to be supported by way showers so that you can support others as way showers when others can lean on you. Know that this is how it's supposed to be. You are all here for one another. And we are sending you, we are showering you with cosmic diamond light, and know that supporting this cosmic diamond light is supporting you to raise the frequency and allow yourself to return to your heart. And you could always in your own private practice call on the diamond light, the diamond plasma, or the source light, however that is most in most resonance with you. And we congratulate all of you for passing through another milestone after the other. Know that, yes, it's going to carry on, but you do not need to suffer through. Choose to choose ways to allow yourself to thrive through this time, because it is as intense as it is very exhilarating and magical. And know that all the manifestation and creation that is in alignment to your full to your soul divine blueprint is going to manifest when you are fully aligned and focused upon it. And we are sending you so much love and many, many blessings. Okay. Thank you, everyone. So just allow yourself to breathe into your heart and out from your heart. And I hope you receive what you need to hear. And thank you. Thank you, Monsef.
Beautiful. Thank you so much, Rania. Yeah, that was very beautiful message, and also energies. Like I really love the lens language. So thank you very much for that, and it's really feels really nice to complete the call with that. And also thank you very much for everything you shared today, for the support you shared with our audience, and yeah, also for the 4-week program and the one-on-one session you are offering to us. So thank you.
Yeah, my pleasure. My pleasure. And we are all doing this together. I think we couldn't do without one another. And know that we are all here to, lean on each other, one another, but also also inspire one another. Yeah. Mm.
Yeah, beautiful. And yeah, so everyone, also thank you very much for being here with us today, whether on the live call or on the replay. And also thank you for the comments, the questions. And yeah, so we didn't have enough time to take all the questions. So yeah, I hope the next time. And again, you can find the program and the 2 packages that Rayania is offering to us on the page, yourdivineuniqueness.com/Rayania, yourdivineuniqueness.com/Rayania, RAYANIA. Or you can click on the special offer button, which is on the live events page, later on the replay page, the link also on YouTube video description, and the chat boxes on Zoom and YouTube. And yeah, so yeah, there is a feedback. It's earlier feedback from Linda. Such an amazing call. Rayania is wonderful. Sending love and gratitude to all. Thank you. Rachel, thank you. Monsef, Wade, thank you. Joy, so beautiful, refreshing, and inspiring. Tatiana, thank you. It was great. Rachel, again, thank you, Rayania. Regina, she sent in hearts. Linda, beautiful, thank you. Renee, thank you. That was lovely. Joy also. Yeah, so with that, everyone, I'm sending you so much love, and I will see you on the next call. Bye for now.
Bye, everyone. Bye. Thank you, Monsef. Thank you,
Thank
everyone.
you.
Bye, Regine.